Hi guys, it is Thursday, so we are here for a book club video. This is the first one of 5 videos. We do 5 videos per book. The first one is the announcement. That's exactly what this video is going to be. The second one is the goodie box, so the things we eat, drink, and use while we're reading or listening to the book. The third one is recommendations for next book club book. The fourth one is the questions, and the fifth one is the review. So each of our book clubs, like for each book, lasts about 5 weeks. This one is going to be the announcement. So we always do a vote over on our community tab with my recommendations, Charmaine's recommendations, and you guys' recommendations. We always have you guys comment down below. And one of the books that won this month is actually a recommendation for you guys. This isn't the first time. That's happened a few times. That's why we want this to be a community. We want you guys to be involved. That's why we started doing voting on the community tab. We didn't just want it to be what I wanted to read and what Charmaine wanted to read. So, because it is June and it's Pride Month, we talked about doing a book that has queer characters. So I had made 3 recommendations. Charmaine had 3 recommendations. And I talked about a book in my video of the recommendations. But I didn't say I was recommending it because I had already read it. Which is fine. I don't mind reading it again. But I was just like, oh, there's so many good books out there with queer representation, you know, like let me recommend 3 other books that I haven't read. But someone in the comments was like, I love that book too. I think we should read it for book club. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you didn't watch that video, the book is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I know it's kind of hard to believe that I read this because it looks like it's in pristine condition. I guess that's a good thing about keeping it on bookshelves because it's like up against other books, so it keeps it nice and like flush. Because I did read this. In fact, I read this in 2 days. I was obsessed. Once I started this book, I could not stop. Let me I just wanted the page. There's 389 pages, so it's just shy of 400 pages. And yes, I read this in 2 sittings. So I read this in January of 2022. I had started the year with, I want to get back into reading because I had fallen off of it. I used to love to read back in the day. And, you know, life gets in the way. You guys know I care for my grandmother. I obviously work full time. You know, I'm a girlfriend. I'm a cat mom. We all got a lot of responsibilities. And, you know, you start watching YouTube. You start going on Instagram. You start watching Netflix, you know. So I told myself I want to start reading at least 1 book a month. And this was the first book I read of 2022. And I never stopped. This got me so hardcore into reading again. It reminded me of why I loved reading, of like getting out of my own head, getting into a new world. I had no idea what this book was about. I had just seen it all over TikTok and Instagram. And even Joe's sister read it with the mother. They do like a little book club. And they were both like, oh my God, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is so good. When I read this, I was shocked. I had no idea. If you guys have not read this, you're joining book club, you'll know what I mean when you read it. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I was like, it's not what I was expecting. And sometimes that is the best thing. Sometimes I don't want to know what a book's about because I'm going to read the back for you. And I mean, like, not the huge spoilers, but I don't want to know like so much detail because it's a nice surprise. And I am going to reread it for book club since I read it so long ago. And I loved it, so I don't mind rereading it. And it's literally what got me into Taylor Jenkins Reads, too. I have read multiple books of hers since then. I think she's an incredible author. So let's get into what this book is about. And it says, reclusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monica Grant to write her story, no one is more astonished than... Oh, it's not Monica. Monique herself, sorry. Determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens in fascination. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to leaving show business in the 80s, and of course, the 7 husbands along the way, Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. Written with Reed's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a mesmerizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood into the sobering realities of the present day as two women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. And I was just like, she's had 7 husbands. Like, I need to know about this woman's story, you know? And then you find out she hired like a nobody to write her story. And people were offering her like thousands to get her story. So the fact that she picked nobody, everyone was like shocked. Everyone's like, why is she picking this nobody to write her story? So you find out there is a connection there. And I remember like my jaw dropped. Like, there's a lot of books where sometimes I can guess the ending, and that's when like books aren't as good to me. And that's why I love this one so much, because I did not see the ending coming. It is absolutely incredible. Page turner for me. That's why I'm like, I need to know why she picked Monique. I need to know why this lady had 7 husbands. And I love it because it literally starts with right before she met her first husband. So it starts with her being like a teenager, and you know, she's already like growing into her womanhood, and men are already noticing her. And then she talks about meeting her first husband, and then boom, her fame skyrockets from there, jumps to the second husband, and so on and so forth. So it does go into the past and then into the present, because it's an interview style when it's in the present. I shouldn't say that. It's not like written like an interview style, but she's being not interviewed by Monique. Monique does ask her questions, but it's more just her telling her story while Monique is writing this down. And I do love books that go from different like time frames. Sometimes you do really have to like pay attention, because sometimes you'll be like, wait a minute, what time frame am I in? But it's really good, and you follow this woman's incredible life story for all the way back to when she was, I think it starts when she's like 16 years old. She gets married really young. Her first marriage, I think, was when she was 18, if I remember correctly. But this is the same author of Daisy Jones and the Six and a million other books she has written. So I'm really happy. I think this is our first Taylor Jenkins read book. I know me and Charmaine have both recommended Daisy Jones and the Six in the past. It has never been chosen, but I'm happy to say that this month we will be reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I hope you guys love it as much as me. Let me know if you're excited, if you've read it before, if you're doing it as a reread or your first read, if you're going to be listening to it, or if you're going to be reading it physical or Kindle. I always love talking with you guys down below, especially when it's about books. Can't wait to go see Charmaine's video and see her giddy excitement. I'm pretty sure she's read this book too, so I think she's doing it as a reread. I'll be linking her down below, so definitely go check out her video. And yeah, that is it for the announcement video. And like I said, next week will be the goodie box. The week after that will be recommendations. It'll be on my community tab this time. Me and Charmaine always switch off. Then it'll be the questions and then the final review. And we are a year into book club. June is when we started this last year. I picked the first book. I think I picked one, Charmaine picked one, and then we went right into we wanted you guys to be included. Only because we did not have a community tab until we hit 500. So we didn't have 500. I know I didn't. I don't know about Charmaine. I didn't hit 500 until August. And that's when we started switching off every other month. So that was the only way we could like get your input. So once we finally got our community tabs, and we picked red, white, and royal blue specifically because it was Pride Month. So yeah, I'm really excited to be reading this for Pride. I'm going to read another book on the side as well, because I'm sure I'll get through this fairly quickly like I did last time. Plus, I'm off from work starting Friday. Well, when I'm filming this, yeah, it started Friday. When you guys are watching this, I'm already on vacation. That is it for this video, guys. You guys know I do book club every Thursday. I do self-care Sundays. I'm starting something new called What's Up Wednesdays with Charmaine. I do vlogs, unboxings, hauls, review videos, cooking videos. So if any of that sounds good, definitely consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell so you're notified next time I upload. I do upload about 7 days a week, 99.9% of the time. So if any of that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing. I said that already. All right, guys. Did I say we're reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? That's me being sarcastic. Be safe, guys.